Hello everyone, we have Wuben X4. So this is a flat style flashlight and it has the minimum of 5 lumens moonlight mode and a 1500 lumens of max brightness, which can throw up to 205 meters. So we have the white version. So let's go ahead and unbox this. Hey guys, so welcome to EDC Glow and Gears. So today we are looking into Wuben X4. So this is a very interesting flashlight. It has side light, it has flood and spot beam integrated together. Then we have a button and a dial which allows us to change the brightness, and we do have an auxiliary LED, RGB LED. You can use this particular dial to change the color. So let's look into the box what we get. So this is the white color and you get black and gray also. Ooh, this looks like a proper gift. So this got recently released and immediately I placed an order for this. Oh, the packaging is nice. Really nice. It feels like a very precious gift. So we have the booklet and it's a pretty thick one. So the first thing we get is the box content. We have the flashlight, then we have the charging cable, then we have a lanyard, we have the Wuben branded 18650 cell, and the user manual. So I would suggest to take a look to understand all the operation. So let's keep this aside. Then we have the flashlight. And that's about it. So it comes in a soft foam. Really nice. So we have the charging cable and the lanyard. Let's see. Okay. So we have a Wuben branded, I believe. Yes, we have a Wuben branded USB-A to USB-C cable. The cable feels good. Then we have a lanyard, which is also Wuben branded, and we have a spacer. So if you put it in your hand, you can collapse this so that it doesn't fall off from your hand, which is a nice trick. Really like it. So let's keep this aside. Nice. It looks really nice. So we have a removable battery. Here's the secure lock. We have a deep carry clip. Then we have a sliding mechanism for selecting your lock mode, side light, front light, and moonlight. And you have the diffused side light, and you have the camera style. You can see two-stage press kind of button along with the dial. And here's the TI lens. So it's a mix of spot and flood. The TI lens looks really nice. Not sure what kind of emitters they are using, but it's a very pretty looking TI lens. All right, so let's remove the label. Also, we have a tactical switch, so we'll get to that. So this is the magnetic tail end, and you have the tactical switch. Ooh, this is so satisfying. This is like a proper fidget click. I hope the mic is able to pick it up. Ooh, this is so satisfying. All right, so let's get the insulator tab. So we have to unlock, then press. We have a insulator. So let's get aside. Let's see what battery we get. So this is a Wuben branded 18650 cell. It's rated at 3350 milliamp hour, which can deliver up to 12.2 watt hour. All right, so even the tail cap looks really nice. The details are really good. You have a rubber casket here. So I think this is IP68 water resistant. Okay. So to operate, you have this primary switch and then the secondary switch with the dial. And before we get into the UI, I really want to show you something. So this is Workhouse flat style. This is HD01 Pro. So this is kind of a mixture of the flat style and all-time favorite SKO5 Pro MAO edition. So you can see the inspiration is from there. So this is slightly wider and has more grip to it, and this is very narrow, right? This is hardly 1 inch thick. So this sits between these two, right? So let's keep these aside. Okay, so to operate, you have the physical lockout. So you are not going to burn your pocket or your pouch if you forgot to lock or switch it off. So yeah, so it has a nice, oh, this is also very nice. The clicks are really satisfying. All right, so the first mode is the side light. So if I press, you get the warm side light, and you can change the brightness using this dial. It's get pretty bright. That's nice. And this is not a smooth ramping, though it has a dial, but you can easily hear the click. Let me grab the mic. So each click increases the brightness a little bit, and probably it has 7 to 8 step for the full brightness. This is nice. So this has a nice diffuser. You can see a little bit of bulged over here. It's not completely flat, but I think they have intentionally made that slightly bulged so that it can protect the body and the diffuser. And the diffuser quality is really nice. It's pretty strong. It's not going to break. And the design looks pretty industrial and pretty indestructible. Sorry, that was a tongue twister for me. So yeah, so press and hold. What happened? Yes. So if you press, you get the first side light, then press and hold. It will switch to RGB. You can, every click will change the color. So you have a host of different colors. And the best part is you can use any of these color as your beacon. So consider that we are on red. I'm not sure if it is showing as red. Yeah. So if I double press, sorry, press and hold, go to a color, press, okay, double press, it starts blinking. So when it's blinking, the dial won't do anything. But if you press once, it switches off. Press once, powers on the solid color. Then you can use the dial to change the color. Double press to make it start blinking. Double press to come back to solid color. And single press and hold will switch over to the side light. So if I press this, the side light gets off. But if I press and hold, it shows the battery condition. I will put up the link or a photo which indicates what is this status mean. So blue means we have most power as of now. I mean, it's kind of fully charged, and it will change the color when the battery drains, and it will start blinking red when it is almost dead. Two click from off will start the special blinkers, which is red and blue, 1 2, red and green, 1 2, red and green, 1 2, red and blue. So we have two blinkers here. Press once, it will switch off. Now let's Okay, so before we move on to the next three, I can show you this tail cap. If you press, it momentarily hits the uh, turbo, so it's pretty bright. And if you double press, it starts the strobe mode. So next is the side light, sorry, the headlight, the front light. So you can access, yes. So right now it's on. So if I start uh, pushing the dial, so it blinks. That means we are on the lowest ramp. So yes. So it will blink at the lowest and the brightest. Right now it is at the brightest. So I can dial this down or dial it up as per my requirement. And you can still access the turbo directly from this tail cap or tactical switch. Double press for turbo, single press to turn it off. And then we have the moonlight. In moonlight, you won't get the turbo, but rather than a momentary on, you can click and switch it on. In the other mode, you can see if I release, it will switch off. But in moonlight mode, if I press and leave it, then it will power on. So similarly, I can do it with the normal button. But in this, you can't use the dial to change the brightness. So let's see how does it look. So this is for your spot, and this 3 mixture is for your flood beam. So I'm really liking this. So let's go outside and see how the beam pattern looks. We will have the drone shot along with this so that we can know how does it look on the ground and from the top view. Let's go outside. All right, so today we have Wuben X4. So let's switch on the light. So if I press, so this is the side light, and if I ramp it up, you can see the brightness. Now if I switch to the normal light, this is the moonlight, you can see. If I start scrolling, it increases. So this TIR lens has flood and spot together. So this is the lowest one, lowest settings. So when it reaches the lowest point, it blinks, and when it reaches the top brightness, it also blinks. So you can see this is the brightness, maximum brightness, which is 1500 lumen. And you can use the tactical switch. So momentarily, if you press and hold, it goes to directly to the turbo mode. And if you double press, this becomes your strobe. I think this uses the 1500 lumen total brightness. So this is the E switch or the tactical switch. If I press and hold, this directly goes into 1500 lumen. You can see, and it's pretty bright. So if I use the side light or the side switch, I can ramp it up and down. So I'm ramping down right now. And this is the moonlight mode, which is barely visible on the camera, but I can see on the ground. So if you notice, it's not completely stepless. This dial makes it a small click, and every click increases the brightness. So this is the next click, next brightness, next click, and next click. I think this is the brightest, and it will blink. Yes, so we have reached the brightest spot. So if I see the side light, if I press and hold, this shows the battery percentage or how much battery do I have. So this is my side light, which is pretty decent. In the camera, it might not be able to, you might not be able to pick it up, but it is pretty visible for walking. And then if I press and hold, it gets into the RGB mode, and I can switch using the rotatory dial to different colors, whichever I want. And whichever color I choose, I can press the button twice and it will start blinking. So if I press one more time, it comes back to solid color. Let's change it to something else. So consider this purple pink. Double press, it starts blinking. Let's head back inside. Okay, so we saw how it looks outside and the drone shot and on the ground. I really like it, and it's pretty good for its size. The 1500 lumens max brightness does help me with a lot of light, and it has good throw and flood, so it has a very nice beam pattern. So I just can't believe for the price of $49, this is really well engineered. So there is a lot of good engineering has went into this. The design is phenomenal. I really like it. And this is not a paint. This is a proper anodization which is done, and it feels very smooth and very premium. It doesn't scratch, and I can assure you that it's not going to scratch you very easily. The switch quality is really nice. I have seen people complaining that this is very easy to push around, but I think Woman has done a great job with the tension, because I think this is the right amount of tension they have given. Because over time, when you are using this channel, might attract some dust, and that will slightly tighten up the rail. So it will, if it was tight from the beginning, it would have been really difficult for the users to use it. So I think Woman has done a great job understanding what tension or what friction should be there. So that's nice. And also, I forgot to mention that if you go till the moonlight, it reveals the USB-C port for charging. And when you start charging, this RGB light will start glowing blue, probably red, then blue, to make you understand that the charge is full. All right, so if you like this content, please leave a like, and for future videos, I would request you to subscribe so that you can get notified for the future videos. And if you have any question, please feel free to drop a comment. If there is any suggestion or opinion, please let me know so that I can improve the next video for you guys. Thank you so much. You have a good time.